Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of Vintage NASCAR Owner's MC Anderson. MC Anderson is a former NASCAR Cup Series team owner whose team, MC Anderson Racing, competed from 1976 through 1982. In the team's relatively short lifespan, they had a few notable drivers drive for them, like Buddy Baker, Benny Parsons, and Cale Yarborough. Also, they found success during that time as well. In 1976, the team debuted at the World 600 in Charlotte in the spring, with Sam Summers behind the wheel of a number 27 Chevrolet. They attempted 6 races together, qualifying for 5 of them. Summers' best start was 6th, twice, at Charlotte and Atlanta in the fall. His best finish was 9th in Atlanta in the fall. Overall, scoring 1 top 10 and 5 starts, Ed Dunmark served as the team's crew chief for the first 2 attempts, before Ronnie Hopkins took over for the final 4 starts of the season. For the 1977 NASCAR Cup Series season, Anderson brought Summers back to make 22 starts in the team's number 27 Chevrolet. At times, the two had some strong runs together. Summers' best start was 1st in Atlanta in the fall. This was the team's first pole position. His best finish was 4th at the 2nd Michigan race of the season. In 22 starts, they scored 1 pole, 0 wins, 2 top 5s, and 8 top 10s, finishing 21st in final Cup Series point standings. At the conclusion of the season, Summers and Anderson parted ways. The 1978 NASCAR Cup Series season saw MC Anderson Racing bring their first big-name driver on their team. Buddy Baker became the team's new driver of their number 27 Chevrolets and Oldsmobiles, running a limited schedule. David Ift became the team's new crew chief also in 1978. Baker and Anderson had some strong runs together as well, though the team was plagued by DNFs throughout the season, ending up netting 12. Baker's best start was 1st at Dover in the spring, and his best finish was 2nd at Talladega in the spring. Overall, in 19 starts, they scored 1 pole, 0 wins, 4 top 5s, and 8 top 10s, finishing 24th in final Cup Series point standings. At the conclusion of the season, Baker and Anderson parted ways. After running only limited schedules for the first few seasons, in 1979, MC Anderson Racing signed Benny Parsons to drive the number 27 Griffin Marine Chevrolets and Oldsmobiles. 1979 was by far the team's most successful season yet in their existence. Parsons' best start was 1st at North Wilkesboro in the spring. His best finish was 1st twice at North Wilkesboro in Ontario in the fall, spending 16 weeks in the top 5 and 28 weeks inside the top 10 in point standings throughout the season. Overall, scoring 1 pole, 2 wins, 16 top 5s, and 21 top 10s, finishing 5th in final Cup Series point standings. Benny Parsons returned to the MC Anderson Racing team and their number 27 Melling Tool Chevrolets and Oldsmobiles full-time once again in 1980. This season was even better for Parsons and the team, spending 17 weeks inside the top 5 and 25 weeks inside the top 10 in points throughout the season. Parsons' best start was 1st twice at Darlington in the spring and the first race of the season at Michigan in the early summer. His best finish was 1st 3 times at Charlotte in the spring, the early summer race at Michigan, and Ontario in the fall. Overall, they scored 2 poles, 3 wins, 16 top 5s, and 21 top 10s, finishing 3rd in final Cup Series point standings. Marty Robbins also made 1 start for MC Anderson Racing in a number 6 Chevrolet at Charlotte in the fall, starting 30th, and after an accident ended his race early on lap 171, he finished 32nd. At the conclusion of the season, Parsons and Anderson parted ways. At the end of the 1980 season, Cale Yarborough decided to stop racing full-time and left Junior Johnson & Associates, joining MC Anderson Racing's number 27 Valvoline Buick team to run a limited schedule in 1981. David Ift served as the team's crew chief until race 28 at Charlotte, when Pete Peterson took over. Yarborough's best start was 1st twice at Rockingham in the spring and Daytona in the summer. His best finish was 1st twice in Atlanta in the spring and Daytona in the summer. Overall, in 18 starts, they scored 2 poles, 2 wins, 6 top 5s, and 10 top 10s, finishing 24th in final Cup Series point standings. 1982 turned out to be MC Anderson Racing's final season in existence. Anderson announced in mid-September that he decided to close down his race team after his driver, Cale Yarborough, would not agree to return to full-time competition to run for the NASCAR Cup Series championship in 1983. Cale Yarborough did return to the team to drive the number 27 Valvoline Buick on a limited basis during the 1982 season. Tim Brewer served as the team's crew chief for the 1982 season. Yarborough's best start was first, twice, at Pocono in the summer and Rockingham in the fall. His best finish was first 3 times, at Rockingham in the spring, Michigan in the early summer, and Darlington in the fall. Overall, in 16 starts, they scored 2 poles, 3 wins, 8 top 5s, and 8 top 10s, finishing 27th in final Cup Series point standings. At the end of the 1982 season, MC Anderson sold his race team to Raymond Beadle. So, in 143 NASCAR Cup Series starts, the team scored 9 poles, 10 wins, 52 top 5s, and 77 top 10s, with the best points finish of 3rd in 1980 by Benny Parsons. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.